Peace and black power. Peace to the family. Peace and blessings. It's your brother Knowledge born alive, recording live here from Do the Knowledge Radio with our next installment of the Voices of the Diaspora Meet the Author series. Today we will be going over Volume 8, Beyond the Battlefield. Right back after these messages.
Belongs to those who have free minds. Those who can see behind the veil of illusion, know the truth, and can stand on it.
My pro-black, really pro-black, anti-hip-hop dress code. That's no cap, no vax. My white cells assassinate. Any kind of virus get chewed up, masticate. My immunity's indestructible. I'm a pillar of my community, no deductible. General Tucson leading the revolution. To black problems, we are the only fucking solution. No outsiders, no white saviors, we gatekeeping. I keep trying to wake them up cause they stay sleeping. Jooks is armed with ancestral wisdom, so I don't trust people that still trust the system. We gotta eat like Sebi, fight like Ali, think like Malcolm, migrate to Merca, Somali. I carry my own water, so I value every drop of it. Drowning at the bottom, so I swim up to the top of it.
If I say it, then I mean it. I'm never backing down. Only a few real ones left now. If it's truth, then I'ma stand on it. If it's justice, then I'ma stand on it. If I say it, then I mean it. I'll never take it back. And if you ever hear me say it, then it's facts. That's my word, and I'ma stand on it. After what you heard, I'ma stand on it. Yeah. What happened to principles, character, fortitude? Healing through alchemy, magic is what I'm born to do. Time to purge the planet from human toxicity. People do any and everything for publicity. It's way out of control, destructive, they weak and careless. We either stand for what is right or else the people perish. Putting these devils in a panic, now we got them frantic. The righteousness of justice is poetic, Pac and Janet. You don't know lies from truth when you wearing blinders. Wisdom separates the strong people from the spineless. They tell me to kill them with kindness, be considerate, but everybody's capping out here, nothing's legitimate. Nobody's surrounded us everywhere, but the souls is missing. The enemy is always watching and the ops is listening. No wonder most of these people feeling defeated. The language of God is encoded and they can't read it. If I say it, then I mean it. I'm never backing down. Only a few real ones left now. If it's truth, then I'ma stand on it. If it's justice, then I'ma stand on it. If I say it, then I mean it. I'll never take it back. And if you ever hear me say it, then it's facts. That's my word, and I'ma stand on it. After what you heard, I'ma stand on it. Rusty Jugs, Kai Phoenix, yeah.
So yeah. Welcome back. It's your brother Knowledge born alive for just tuning in. This is the Voices of the Diaspora Meet the Author series we discussing Volume 8 on April the 8th. Robin with remarkable timing, alright? So yeah, behind the scenes look. I wrote this book last year in Florida. Not sure if I was in Miami or where I was. I just know I was in Florida at the time. And I had got this spark to write this book. I was talking to one of my elders, Monsieur Uncle Benu out of Peninsula. I was talking with him and dealing with some concepts, right? Victory begins in the mind. Both victory and defeat begins in the mind. And he was talking to me about Nile Valley culture Nile Valley society and all of the like. So, in that essence of speaking about Nile Valley culture and Nile Valley society, you're talking to me about Sutesh and Heru, right? Sutesh is the uncle, and Heru is the nephew, right? So the brother of Asar, his brother Sutesh. So in the Osirian tradition, Sutesh, Set, kills his brother and usurps the throne. And Heru is born as a widow's son. And he is raised up in the way to avenge his father. So the story goes that Heru becomes what we know today in modern folklore as a hero. And Sutesh or Set becomes the villain, right? So the hero's journey and the villain's journey is based upon a root that I love to call dissatisfaction. So in the space of dissatisfaction, this is where the hero or the villain is revealed, right? So they're often depicted together. They're often depicted together. You know, two heads heading in opposite directions on the same body. They're from the same family. They're from the same lineage, but dissenting views either way. So whomever takes control in this place, he told me it was based off of who you feed. So they have a constant dance, vying for power, usurping one another. The hero usurping the villain usurping the hero. It goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I remember this old cartoon. I don't remember who said it on the cartoon. He said, "He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day." And I know on the Looney Tunes show, they would have this sheepdog and the coyote, Wile E. Coyote, right? He'd be out there trying to get the sheep, and the sheepdog would stop him at every juncture, and they'd be fighting back and forth and doing all of this stuff. They'd take their lunch break, and they would eat their lunch, and they'd be right back to it, all the way till quitting time, and they'll clock out, and they'll tell each other, "See you tomorrow." So, alluding to power being a dance in that kind of way. In the Islamic tradition, they were talking about humanity. Man, they say it fluctuates. So it's high one day and low the other, like the tide. High tide, low tide, the ebb and the flow, the dance, right? So this book that I wrote, Voices of the Diaspora, Volume 8, is dedicated to examining the dance, right? So beyond the battlefield, Black revolutionaries, explorers, and champions. So victory or defeat begins within the mind, right? So I'm gonna play the song real quick by United Front. I just love United Front, and he always speak to the soundtrack of the plight of being victorious, of being triumphant, and clearly identifying who the enemies are on the other side of the battlefield. So let me play that, then we'll get into the volume. It's called Destiny's Anthem. I love it.
Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down, cut the head, burn the house, burn it down, cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Revolution must be thorough or it's doomed from the start. Man, woman, child, fatal wound right through their heart. And this machine could white supremacy, too many moving parts. War is cold, the reality is stark. One day you see my point, but this ain't a game of darts. Shooting targets in the yard, combat training in the arts. Revolutionary thoughts, revolutionary action. Revolutionaries packing, clapping full metal jackets. Smashing crackers in this bowl of soup. Ain't no fluid silver spoon, but a silver tool. The gun blow 'em, so just keep it cool. You know the rules, kill everything that moves. Nothing but scorched earth, they can't even plant food. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. General Dessalines said whites must die. So who am I to go and question this mind? Clutching this nine for my freedom, yeah, I'm busting this nine. Ain't no comfy bed of pillows, man, I'm stuck on the ground. We got black boots and backpacks, black troops with black gas, black mass, destroy your whole city with that black. Dessalines hung bodies from trees, and the prophet Nat Turner saw the blood on the leaves. And if you sitting there questioning, well, what do he mean? If you want to get free, you must be willing to bleed and shed the blood of our enemies with lightning and speed. And may the ancestors bless us for these righteous deeds. Cut the head, burn that house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn that house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn that house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down.
Born traumatized, surrounded by strangers in the delivery room. Name doesn't match your ancestors, you are already doomed. Immune system attack, facts made to hate being black. You God is your enemy mentally, spiritually it's a trap. Then you get sent to school, you only learn to be a tool for white domination. Playing the game to lose. What you wanna be when you grow up is what you ask. Besides alive, this cracker already got some plans. Will it be dead or jail? Maybe you could be an instrument. Become police or join the military, benefiting them. Everything you do is either for or against, but you know better, you starting to lose all your friends. Everybody thinks you're crazy, but you keep searching. You learn this white man's a demon and you wanna burn him, so you organize your blackness gets glorified, and you swear to decapitate the devil before you die. Cut the head,
burn that house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn that house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn that house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down. Cut the head, burn the house, burn it down.
All right, so we take it back to the beginning real quick. So y'all heard the song. What y'all think of the song? Somebody let me know something. All right, so let's go through the volume. Not going to read everything, just going to talk about some of the things that it is, some of the motivations and all. Every black household should have this book. So if you're interacting with black people on any kind of way, whether it's educational, whether it's psychological, whether it's spiritual, whether it's political, whatever aspect, you have to know the people that you're dealing with. Otherwise, you'll come with your own bias, and that bias will be your undoing and your disconnect. So if you went to another country, you would seek to learn a little bit of their language because that's a grand connector to them, even if you don't speak it fully. And I say this with older people dealing with younger people, especially older black people dealing with younger black people. Learn their language. You can speak to them in their language, and they'll tell you what those things mean versus what you think they mean. Because what it meant for you and what it means for them might be two completely different things. And there's a chance for the dialogue to happen, to take place in between. So let me go to this volume real quick and just share my thoughts, right? So I have to have people think beyond their current circumstances. Thinking beyond your current circumstances begins with how you see yourself in your mind's eye. That's your spiritual eye. That's your first eye. That is your eye that connects you to God. That is your eye that connects it to your spirit guides, to your ancestors. All of that within your mind's eye. You see it in your mind before you see it in 3D or whatever this dimension of sort space is. Because this is all a fabrication of what existed in your mind, right? So when you look at beyond the battlefield, the concept is what happens after you win, after you obtain the goal that you're looking for, or whatever the case may be, whether it's for yourself, whether it's for your family, whether it's for your nation, whether it's for your people, whatever it is, what does it look like beyond the battlefield? Like moving beyond the aspect and space of the battlefield, of the fight. You're victorious, now what? You have everything that you wanted and you were looking for, now what? Where are you? Where are you within yourself? Will you now become the same people you despise? Because people make systems. Systems don't come out of nowhere. Will you fall victim to that? So it kind of delves in, the motivation for the writing is to paint this picture and to give you workable models of examination for you to look at. What does it take to be a champion? What does it take to be a champion? So I've profiled some revolutionaries, some explorers, and some champions for you to see. All right, let's go through the volume. Because I almost caught the Holy Ghost real quick. All right, so again, the imagery, I wanted the imagery to stick out in your mind some kind of way. I wanted you to see people from across the globe, black people from across the globe. I want you to be able to look and see what this looks like up close, historic and present day. So this "We Are the Champions," it was one of them songs that came in my head. The hip hop version and the rock version. No time for losing because we are the champions of the world. I'm telling you, I loved it so much. Like, we are the champions. No time for losing. Telling you, like, that kind of mind. Not the ticket tape, not the parades, not everybody shouting your name. Just a quiet victory. We are the champions. Like, you went and you executed and you reached that goal, whatever that goal is for you. And you was not afraid to do what was necessary to achieve the goal righteously. You ain't go through no nefarious means. You went through it righteously. You attacked it righteously. So they was talking about in Dessalines' anthem, Jean-Jacques Dessalines and his army of the people. His army of the people, not just the army of the military. You can order your troops as a general. But if you incited the people in such a way that the people showed up before the military showed up, you knew you had victory that day. And that's how they described that campaign. That's how Dr. Vaina Bello, honest to her, described the campaign. She described that campaign of 30,000 people showing up before the troops showed up. Dessalines saw 30,000 people and he thought it was his troops, and they got to war. They got to war against these factions who were seeking to occupy the space that belonged to the people. And about 2 hours into the battle, Dessalines' people showed up, so he looks like a strategist genius in regards to this victory. This is what victory looks like for them. So these 30,000 troops come, and now it's 60,000 people determined to be free. Who could stop them? So looking at these models in regards to what it is, breaking it down space by space, point by point for many of the people that are here, this is what I mean. We are the champions. No time for losing, all right? No time for losing. And sometimes you got to get into these treacherous waters. You understand what I'm saying? You got to suit up and fight through those waters. Keep going. I didn't want it to be presented as if this is a male thing or one aspect. It's a multitude, multi-tiered, multi-layered fight to become a champion, and it takes everybody. And the Bible, Paul says it takes all types. So it's everybody's responsibility for victory if we're on the same team. Somehow we find ourselves always rooting for the wrong team. So whatever that goal is, wherever it is for you. So you see this black woman, she's prepared for battle. She's trained, she's prepared, she disciplined her mind, her heart, and her spirit. You see this astronaut going leaps and bounds, prepared to go outside of the planet into the other spaces of the universe. That's how far we're going. We're willing to go to win. And those who have victory are those who have prepared to win. So we're seeing this capoeira style, just imagery of activity, visualizations in the minds of the people from the beginning. As soon as you open this book up, you're already inspired to do something. You hear the music, you see the colors, you see the words, you see everything, and you're like, oh man, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Ready to go. So we open with Queen Nani of the Maroons. The Maroons in Jamaica. Because there were Maroons in Louisiana also. Fighting. So we have a long-standing history and herstory of resistance. The ghillie suits that the snipers wear came from them. Disguising, plantation raids, liberating people, and cutting off the heads of their oppressors. They don't show her image in that way. They show all of this feel-good type of situation, this universal humanist sort of approach of Jamaica, but that ain't how Jamaica was formed. It was formed in blood. So for your goal, your aim, your direction, all of these things, when you sit down with your family and you draw out that blueprint or that black print for them to get to their goals, how committed are they? How committed are you to help them achieve their goals? How will they see you now? If everybody has their project, their goal, their aim, and the spirit of the entire family is connected to what they're doing. Versus in the space of isolation, and they got to go to somebody else's family to help them achieve their goals. Do you think they're going to trust you? Do you think they're going to want to win with you? Do you think they're going to want to be a champion with you when you could care less about what they have going on? You can't dedicate your time, your energy, your good thoughts, your meditations, your prayers to see that somebody that you say you love can be victorious. I don't know if I can help you. I don't know if I can help you at all. But Queen Nani, that spirit of freedom. The spirit of freedom that existed in her heart and was demonstrated with these machetes right here. You understand? Didan Kamafi. Didan Kamafi of the Mau Mau. So this maroon sort of tactics existed in the heart and the mind and imagination of the people who brought those things to execution sort of level. When El Hajj Munegas Battlefield, the unwilding affection on the world, as Minister Malcolm X talked about the Mau Mau. He said they worked in the houses in the daytime, and when boss went to bed, he got boss's head when he went to bed. The Vietnamese the same. The Vietnamese had perfected the art of the ambush. The Japanese the same. Perfected the art of stealth, the discipline of patience in an overwhelming onslaught. So this subversive activity looked in regards to Seville, it looked very light. It was unexpected. Samari Touré. I wanted to show real life figures of resistance. And then as the spaces we're moving into spaces of Afrofuturism, I wanted to supplant into the psyche the endless possibilities of creation that exist in your mind that you can transpose into reality. And people, our people, young creators could begin to build with themselves in mind. Success on the battlefield, victory, championship, all of that begins within your imagination. I used to watch the Shaka Zulu miniseries when I was a child, and as a grown adult, also. One of the things that was accomplished in the miniseries was they deduced how Shaka's fighting method was established based off of reports that they got from people because they never met him. He never met with them. So they deduced how they would use guile and deception to be able to defeat him. They never met him. So when they were explaining for them before his time, warfare in that region was a joke for all intents and purposes. So it took a man of war to be able to come into the space and to deduce where these spaces of vulnerability existed. He saw upon the landscape that the method of battle would change over time. The enemies would adapt to different fighting techniques, and he wanted to be ahead of the curve just as an individual soldier and then taking it to the collective. So the miniseries delves into this volunteer space. If Shaka could produce victory with a small group of people, if he could train them in this method, this fighting method, it could be victorious on the battlefield, then all of the regiments would adopt this fighting method. So he showed what he subjected himself to first. And then he went back and got a small number, 50 volunteers. And he subjected these 50 volunteers to the army that he had built in his mind, from the army that he built in his mind, from 50 men regiment to 80,000 alike in regiment. 50,000, 80,000, excuse me. And when the British came, that's who they met. And that's who fought them for the next 80 years. 80 years. So they didn't go quietly into the night. They didn't bow down. They didn't just say, oh, they got cannons or whatever they had. They fought them tooth and nail for 80 years. So they were perplexed on how these people that look so primitive could have this elite fighting tactical skill and were fearless. Fearless. So the miniseries did a great job with the improper propaganda campaign to actually illustrate this. But looking with my inner eye, I always saw this fighting method as something that was viable. Let me keep on going real quick. So these are all of the things that I took into writing. Speaking of fighting Nat Turner. I wanted to profile resistance from around the world, showing the imagery, loving this imagery. Showing us side by side, Robert F. Williams and Mabel Williams, peace and blessings be upon them both. One of my elders, now an ancestor, Sekou Odinga, who I spent some great time with and learned what sacrifice meant and what it meant to reintegrate into your family after being away, incarcerated, and when he gave up, and what it meant to have a woman by his side, his wife, to help him get free. A true soldier, an even greater man, greater husband, greater father, great Muslim. Many of those things associated with him as a freedom fighter. So we look at Steve Biko. We look at Walter Rodney. We look at Assata Shakur, peace and blessings be upon them all. It's not a one-sided battle. It's an onslaught on all of our. So we have to be prepared on all of these fronts. I remember reading about Matthew Henson as a child in his race to the North Pole. Then I found out later that they're related to Raji P. Henson and Matthew Henson. Look at the family connection. Jean-Baptiste Billet. And his work in France. And just looking at this imagery, he wanted a balance between soft and serious energy. We're looking at Bessie Coleman. Pilot. Born in 1892. You see it. How powerful is this imagery to a young black girl who might have these dreams, but they only see flight attendants. They don't see black women pilots anymore. They used to just call them stewardess, right? Now you see that there's a root there. There's a root in that connection. They could look at a Bessie Coleman and see what it takes. They might want to go to flight school and get their commercial pilot's license. You might want to be able to fly a plane. Might want to be able to open their own airlines. These are the seeds that continue to be sown. What does it look like to be a champion where you are? Now, Barrington Irving over here. And you see these stories. Again, these stories were meant to inspire. Dr. Victor Glover, we just saw him make his journey around the moon. This was in his book, and long before that, so you get God firmed out here. So you go from that to modern day activists and trailblazers. We need them still. We need their voices still. We need them everywhere. We need them all over the planet. So I wanted you to be able to envision the work, profile the person, and then see some of the aspects of these results and write about them in detail. Dr. Mae Jameson. That was her as a young girl. And then her as a grown woman. Defying the odds. No care or thought about the circumstances and the consequences. Whatever comes along with it, she was willing to do that. So you see her as a scientist, see her as a humanitarian, see her as an educator. I wanted to find an image of a black woman with the moon in the background. There's no limit to what you can accomplish once you truly put your mind to it. Then I wanted to go into different fighting styles, what it means to fight, what it means to win, Are you prepared mentally, emotionally, spiritually for these battles? So shown throughout the diaspora, from the mother continent and through different aspects of fighting. Might look like dance, but it's deadly. So I just wanted to profile some of the societies. Then we look in the United States, right? Muhammad Ali, who used his platform to speak against the social ills in the world. So to look at some of them. Craig Hodges, making a statement, speaking about reparations and issues in the Black community. Good brother, warrior stick. He took that stance in front of the world. Took that stance in front of the world. They paid for it. He was willing to do so. Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. Him and I have a similar story. I shared it a few times, so I'm not going to share it today. I don't want to make this long, but one day I'll share that story. A canon parallel, 1996 to be exact. Very interesting. Summer Olympics of 1968, and what that meant. After the martyrdom of Dr. Martin Luther King, peace and blessings be upon him, John Carlos and Tommy Smith in the Summer Olympics, after winning first and second place, took the podium in silent protest with their fists raised and their head down, saying the Lord's Prayer. They were stripped of their titles and lost everything. In silent protest and silent solidarity, the world stage. So this picture of this mother with her children, they all learning together. Now, I put this picture of Colin Kaepernick kneeling and the spark and the controversy that it caused the world. But I promise you, if you put this picture up and asked 100 people, 95 of them could identify Colin Kaepernick. And 5 of them could identify who's next to him. So they could tell you who Colin Kaepernick is, but they couldn't tell you who was kneeling next to him. Nobody cared. There was no big rally or protest for this man who lost his job, who lost his livelihood, all of those things, to be compensated for the risk that he took. But But people are still talking about Colin Kaepernick. People bought his jersey to burn it. Nobody bought this man's jersey. They don't even know his name. So it was just very interesting how this thing happened in regards to it, but nobody knew his name. Nobody cared what happened to him. He's kneeling right next to him in solidarity with his silent protest, quote unquote. Don't even know his name. All right. Maya Moore and her stride to help Jonathan Irons get out of prison for a crime he didn't commit. All of that time and effort got the man, after 23 years of serving 23 years in prison. And they got married. That's her husband. So she gave up the prestige that went along with her winning multiple titles and WNBA champions and all of this stuff to help a man that she deemed deserved justice. I was talking about my elder, now ancestor, Sekou Odinga. His wife did the same thing. She helped him get out of prison. So the strength of the believer in the mind, again, victory or defeat begins within the mind. Naomi Osaka, right? Like this candle that's here, I want to light a candle or a spark in the mind for us to be able to see these things. This is why I create. This is why I write. This is why I put these things together. From Walter Rodney to Ibrahim Toure, Masada Shakur to the late great ancestor. Dr. Robert Mugabe. Peace and blessings be upon them all. So understanding the spaces of the battlefield and the landscape and what it means for the next generation. I wanted to paint the picture. If your family is not enough for you to heal, to grow, this is her with her family, and this is her in her uniform. Our future generations. Enough for you to heal, enough for you to grow, enough for you to fight, enough for you to win, enough for you to be victorious, enough for you to embark on a journey that's transformative enough for the lives that your children, your grandchildren, your great grandchildren to the seventh to 10th generation to be able to win. To win. They're worth it, I believe. They're worth it. And so I meant this as a course to study over the summer. So when you looked at it, you could go full time in the summertime, but build those building blocks throughout the year. So you look forward to the summer travels, the summer trips, the summer vacations, all of those things. But in their mind, they're still prepared and being prepared to be victorious. Make your story unerasable. Make your story unerasable. So I wanted to give a little highlight profile. Tomorrow we'll be dealing with Volume 9 on April 9th. All right? I'm going to play this final song and we're going to get up out of here.
Nine-year-old girl got maced by the police. Uh-huh. Word. Man.
Get in the car. I don't care what you demand.
Come on, man. Look at it. This is a little girl. She's 9 years old. Don't nobody feel no type of way. You got these people running around with stimulus checks acting like ain't nothing going on. Where the gangsters at? I go. Agobi. Ile mokyo. Eshua mokyo.
I would write this shit in fire. This is a war cry. This is Sankofa, Rwanda, Ethiopia, Zimbabwe, Southside, Chicago, Compton, California, Roosevelt Projects in Brooklyn.
They shoot back like that. 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 One time for the baby that's black. 2 times for the lady that's black. 3 times for the way we get back. 4 times for the Eddie could crack. They shoot back like that. 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 1 time for the baby that's black. 2 times for the lady that's black. 3 times for the way we make stack. Revolution like Haiti like that. I'm a king with a crown that's facts. She a queen with a crown that's facts. I'm a G, she a G that stacks. I'm a G, she a G that match. From my G's in the back that trap. Be a G, get back, that's tax. See, we a feet who need this facts. And we'll teach TC this facts. So when you see we eat the snacks. If we see deceit, this cats. Be a key to the free that latch. Be a key to a seed that hatch. From my G's in the back that trap. Be a G, flip that, that's racks. See a LLC, get that. And start a business, please, just that. They shoot back like 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 that. 1 time for the baby that's black. 2 times for the lady that's black. 3 times for the way we get back. 4 times for the Eddie could crack. They shoot back like that. 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 1 time for the baby that's black. 2 times for the lady that's black. 3 times for the way we make stack. Revolution like Haiti like that. See the crown where it's at, this hat. But we gon' lay it down flat, this smack. Fall asleep where you at, this snap. See an open hand slap, the smash. While we even at all's mishaps. I'm right, even that's all mismatch. Spit this, spit that, spit facts. Kick this, kick that, click clack. They shoot back like that. 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 1 time for the baby that's black. 2 times for the lady that's black. 3 times for the way we get back. 4 times for the Eddie could crack. They shoot back like that. 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 1 time for the baby that's black. 2 times for the lady that's black. 3 times for the way we make stack. Revolution like Haiti. I rap for those who came before me. Let the legacy live through me. My ancestors giving honor, you dig? Tell them crown me king. Tell them crown me king. Tell them crown me king. I'ma crown me king. They told me do this for the sisters who gotta work that job.
She just trying to raise her babies while she goes so hard. Tell her crown me king. Tell her crown me king. Tell her crown me king. I'ma crown me king. It's for the brothers on the struggle locked inside of that cell. Just know I'm trying to free your mind, get you out of that jail. Tell them crown me king. Tell them crown me king. Tell them crown me king. I'ma crown me king. You know the children are the future, teenage boys and girls. Get your money, start a business, then take over the world. Tell them crown me king. Tell them crown me king. Tell them crown me king. I'ma crown me king.
I am the niece of exploitation on a rice and pancake box. Come to collect the royalties for Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben. I am refreshing the bone, a witch, a root worker, a sorceress, a priestess, a gangster.
Bitch, you shoot back like that. 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 One time for the baby that's black. 2 times for the lady that's black. 3 times for the way to get back. 4 times for the egg could crack. Bitch, you shoot back like that. 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 1 time for the baby that's black. 2 times for the lady that's black. 3 times for the way we make stack. Revolution like Haiti like that.
Uh, so this connection, I want the people excited. I want them fired up about learning, fired up about lighting this candle, right? Allowing the voice of the voiceful to be heard. For the last 10 years, Student House Radio has been a conduit and a voice for the voiceless. With turning that corner, going into the 11th year, the goal, the aim, the objective is to be the voice for the voiceful. Voices are full. They're empowered. They represent education, right? So the voices of the diaspora are voices that need to be heard. Voice of the voiceful. So your ideas, your thoughts, your authenticity, your strategy, sharing them with the world. So each dollar that is collected via this ebook series, Voices of Diaspora ebook series, helps me to be able to go to these places and to film and to interview, this audacious goal of telling 1 million Black stories from around the globe is a task that I dedicated the rest of my life to doing and telling. And I would love help along the way. I would love the people's support along the way. So in exchange for your support, and put these books together, and it's still about 15 other books or so that I will be writing in that regard, so that I have, places to have my story told as well, in addition to what I'm profiling and writing for others. And so 4,000 episodes of guest writing and narrowing down and listening to archives all times of the day and the night of these previous shows and the people that I interviewed, and giving opportunities for their stories to be heard and shared, and giving that share their stories with integrity and authenticity. This is what Student House Radio stands for. This is what Voices of the Diaspora is about. This is what DTK Multimedia Production Company is about. authentic storytelling as it relates to the Black experience here in the Americas, the Caribbean, and all over the globe, wherever Black people are. Our stories deserve to be told righteously and not from a space of exploitation. So if you are interested, you can get these books. Let me show that. I always forget to show it, and I'm thankful for these last couple of days being mindful about what that is. People need to know where they can get it from, right? All right, so show that. Voices of the Diaspora, right? Payhip.com/Voices of the Diaspora. You can get it from there. All 13 books for $100 for the rest of 2026. So you can get it here. You can go to my PayPal, paypal.me/Do the Knowledge Radio. Or Cash App, $, Born Alive. And if you do it that way, include your email, and I'll send it to you directly on email expeditiously. So you can get them here from my PayHip site, or through PayPal, or through Cash App. If you do PayPal or Cash App, just include your email address, and I'll get it to you ASAP. I didn't know this was going to be no hour, man. I guess it was an hour of power today. So join me tomorrow for Volume 9, Behind the Scenes Look. So I want to thank everybody for listening, those who tuned in here and those who tuned in on IG, and anybody who will listen to these archives. This is a product that is made exclusively with you in mind. So your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, they have something to receive that is thought-provoking and that is created with them in mind. So honest, love, peace, prosperity, abundance. Share your story, tell your story. If you want to be a part of this series, you want to share your story, get with me, dothenowledgeradio@gmail.com, and we'll set up an interview, or you can hit me on Instagram @KnowledgeBornAlive357, or on Facebook, Knowledge Born Alive, or Do the Knowledge Radio. Either one of those inboxes or direct message spaces, you can meet me at. So that, say peace, love, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Pain make the black fathers chain smoke. It starts to rain in the park, children playing on the swings. Marvin Gaye standing in his raincoat. Do you see demons in the flames? World made them go crazy till he seen the babies with the wings of an angel. They can't grow, it's painful. First off, rest in peace to Takeoff. His real name Kirchnick, Kyrie Ball. At the same time with Kanye, and Kyrie got involved. Oh wow, Kirchnick, Kyrie and Kanye. Guess that's the modern day KKK. Ancestors were slaves, now we America's plagues. Be aware and afraid. From Hebrews to Negroes, I heard the sequels fire and brimstone. Cause they put the messiahs on Skid Row. We were the providers that lift stones. We had empires with big thrones. We were never pre-owned, now we unknown. When I write I can see home. Before they put our seeds in the twilight zone. The enemies with the white tone. That gave us BET and EBT. R.I.P. to Nate Dogg and Easy E. Tupac Shakur and B.I.G. Shots for you all, and one more for Shock G. They on the ships as Anunnakis. When I spit, they transform through my body. They call it the gift of my hands when man first saw astronomy. Call me Gandhi, a godly from Mali. Spread love like I'm on Mali, but I'm as strong as broccoli or broccoli. They call me the Mahdi. The truth is clear as sake. I'm headed through the spheres, the proof is here. The suits I wear is probably for the star seas. I'm the tsunami, split to both sides when I part seas like Moses. I wrote this is God disease. Hashtag, when did Kanye start talking like he's Razzcast? Who would've thought it, but we support it. Knowledge drop like a leaky faucet. Take ignorance out like a trash bag. Say to babies, we in the land where they made a graven lady. The great horde that makes war and takes your safety. Satanists, necromancers. Question God, the devil answers. Alchemists with bars, a metal handler. I sit on the throne with heavy antlers. The golden deer, the chosen steer. It's more than rap in the booth, I'm a channeler. I sense rejection, isolation, and fear. And abandonment, our planet hit. Candles lit for a year. Save the babies. Stress, loss of control, death. This is Hades, bodies going up the pole. They feel lost in the need to belonging. I see the performance. Let's save our seeds till the morning and place our greed in the coffin. You can actually see what I'm talking. I got the tolerance of Solomon on my throne of knowledge in the outer realms. I see it like a film or a hologram. I see our babies going crazy. Infants codependent with no opinions that's so offensive. No one to help them or show them business. So they are co-defendant in his prisons. Well, with the math, I'm the master of the solar system. I came in the craft to expose religion, but I'm good friends and good faith with the Jehovah Witness. And so with Christians and Islam, I sit calm as I deal with the outer limits. I switch palms, I'm the old magician. Sleight of hand when I'm writing jams. My style is hidden, algorithms, balanced wisdom. The salads heal them, trauma from the mama, drama. I had rhymes ready to carry the summer, but I was never ready for the news. I had to bury my mother. I told my Aunt Cassie and Aunt Carrie I love her. Don't worry, no suffer. Fish and curry for supper. She's my Mary as I sit with the brothers. Maybe my last meal, Judas, came as a covert, narcissist, arguments, over if I had a deal, bag of pills, 50 pieces of silver, I grab a steel. This getting real, this giving chills, I written this will, understanding anxiety through a child's eye, grew up on the wild side, expecting a storm, mad clouds in the sky, saved the children, obeyed the healing, they played victim, became the villain, God favors Abel's offering, because of jealousy came with killer. In the 60s we were proud of blackness, none of black queens and child were captive, churches Alice to practice. Our attitudes are maladaptive. Our children play in the day, but at night the owls are active. Police proud with the captain. Big brother watches through clouds for our taxes. We stand on mounds looking up, but can't see them like the meerkats. And fear that they looking down on our actions. Post-traumatic stress disorders. The IRS at our door cuz they took the law from us. They plan to build a superhighway to try to escape to get arrested at the borders. Grandmothers pray, making a mess at the altar. It's like the old days, hair braids, like the chicken necks, make an offer. Pray till it rains, up a hurricane over Mississippi to the whole South flood with waters. We personalized, we hurt inside. We never arrived, we first tried. 432 Hertz vibes. He must be doing the devil's work. This is Mr. Universe live. West is Yam, the East is Codeine, teaming in the South. Let me even this out. They came from the North, which is smoke, painted on skulls. The land of Canaan of old, trading and enslaving the gold. Required by force, wanted resources, some tribes on a horse. Uninhabited plots, that's why the unexplained gathered in crops. The whole universe is inside of an astronaut. They say Killer Priest sounds like when Prince first worked with Sheila E. When Michael Jackson first put on his glove. When the first disco balls lit up a club. When Bob Marley lit up his bud. Or Hear the Key by Stevie Wonder. Or Hear My CD Mother. Save the babies.